Greetings, Earthlings, wisdom keepers, wisdom seekers. Welcome back to WizdomDropz, your source for daily drops of wisdom and savvy cat astrology. My name is Tonya, and today this is all about you beautiful Libras, your next 6 months forecast, and specifically also what you can experience over the next week to 2 weeks with this eclipse that we're having, the final eclipse in Capricorn, finishing the 2-year eclipse cycle of the Capricorn Cancer axis, okay? So before we jump into it, a couple quick caveats. Number one, I'm currently available for booking readings, so if you as a Libra enjoy my style where I break everything down and build it back up and just assess and fill in the blanks and really just customize the experience, do reach out at WizdomDropz@gmail.com. We will get you set up for a reading. Caveat number two, if you're not subscribed already, make sure that you are, because I do put out the daily drops of wisdom and savvy cat astrology. So, you know, it's here for you, be here for it if it resonates, etc., etc. Caveat numero 3, and the final caveat, is that I'm so sorry, Libra, if there's fireworks and other craziness going on. It was just not something that I was really able to get out of my field today, seeing as I'm filming on the 4th of July. And people are people, you know what I'm saying, Libra? You already know what I'm saying. You're a Libra, you get it. So we're here cohabitating, all right, Libra? We're keeping it zen. So thank you for your patience and grace, as you are a graceful being. Moving forward, this is all about you and what you can expect for the next 6 months. We're going to be talking about the 3 primary things that I think are really relevant. Number one, Mars's 6-month stay and recent move into the sign of Aries, okay, which is a big deal for you all. We'll talk more about it. Number two, Mercury in retrograde, which is wrapping up within the next couple weeks here in mid-July, okay, and that's going to be significant for some other reasons. And number three, the eclipse cycle that I mentioned earlier. We're going to be really concluding and wrapping up what that means for you, and you're going to be seeing a crystallization of themes, and it's important for you, Libra, because all of these energies that I'm talking about are in cardinal houses for you, which means, you know, anytime you hear an astrologer say, this is a life-changing time for you, well, it's actually really true when you consider cardinal houses. Cardinal houses are the 1st, the 7th, the 10th, the 4th, and they're the foundation of any given birth chart. And whenever you have activation in cardinal houses, as you Libras are having and then some for the next 6 months, okay, that's when you can actually expect things to shift and to happen in your life, okay? So let's just jump into some of these details and get through the nuts and bolts of it. Mars, first and foremost, is entering your 7th house, has entered freshly, and it's staying there for 6 months. If you are a Libra, expect activation and energizing around all of your relationships, especially close relationships with friends, partners, existing business partners. New business partners might come into your life. New partners in relationship might very well come into your life, whether that's romantic or non-romantic. This is all so Libra territory, but the thing that I want to caution you about is that Mars in Aries in a great vibration is very energizing. It's very active. It's very go out and get there. It's definitely bringing energy to your relationships and partnerships. However, at a low vibration, even though Mars is in its own sign, in the 7th house, it can cause conflict. It can cause arguments. It can cause people other than you, Libra, who are in relationship with you to be snippy at you, to be aggressive towards you, to be antagonistic towards you. So if you are a Libra out there and this is starting to resonate already, just know it's not you, Libra, and that you have the energy in that 7th house in order to deal with that 7th house. So just learn, when that person is coming at you all crazy, learn to remember that you have the energy there in that 7th house to navigate and use at your discernment and discretion, okay? So yeah, the force, so to speak, is not with you, it's with the relationships. But it is with you in that it is with your relationships, and that's your arena, Libra. That's what you're all about. You are the relationship guru. You are the relationship queen or king of the zodiac. So with that said, just deal with it in a way that you know very well how to, and just remember that if anybody comes at you crazy, that's on them, not on you, okay? But with that said, just be aware that people are more likely to get a little aggressive with you, Libras, than not for the next 6 months, for the rest of 2020. I just want to warn you and, you know, prepare you just to make sure you're aware. You're very intelligent people as Libras. I'm not really worried about you. but I do want to make sure that you understand that if that's happening, that's why. Like, don't internalize it like sometimes Libras like to do. Just know that that's what's actually going on, okay, to help you navigate the energy. Now, moving along to Mercury. Mercury is currently retrograding your 10th house, and it has been for the last couple weeks. And you know, that's really going to be a symbol of you rethinking your career, rethinking, what am I known for in this life? Like, what is my legacy? A lot of Libras out there have probably been really rethinking at an emotional level of like, what is your legacy? What are you leaving behind, Libra? That's all Mercury in the 10th house retrograde. It's going inward, it's reflecting, it's thinking 3 times as much about those themes, and it's in relationship to your feeling, okay, about how you beautify the world and how you bring peace and harmony to the world, because you are a Libra and your 10th house is Cancer, which is very caring and nurturing. So, you know, you're doing reflection on that, rightfully so, and if you've been feeling like you haven't really found exactly where you want to be, don't worry, Libra, you're in the season of rethinking all that. You're doing exactly what you need to do at this point in time. Just stay true to your emotional reflection, stay true to those thoughts that come up that are from a place of intuition. Mercury thoughts, retrograde 3 times as much in the sign of Cancer, intuition and feeling, okay? And you're going to be A-okay. Just be true, and if you're coming up with spiritual truths around how you need to adjust your 10th house, because at a high level, Cancer is very spiritual, listen to that. This eclipse, moving to the 3rd point here, is also happening in conjunction with Sirius, which is the son of the sun, the most spiritual star in the entire planetary palette. So keep that in mind, that if you are having some deeper spiritual truths and revelations, Libra, it's for a reason. You're not receiving those by mistake, okay, sweetheart? Moving forward, those, you know, eclipses are happening between your 4th and 10th house, ending that 2-year-long cycle. So that is a big freaking deal. You're crystallizing changes and revelations and shifts that have been happening in your 4th house home and in your 10th house career, okay? So as a Libra, you've probably come up with a lot of changes over the last 2 years, and if you haven't seen those changes really set firmly in place yet, you will see them over the next 6 months change and set place more firmly in your life. I think a lot of Libras out there are coming through with different ways of balancing home and family with career and what you're doing out in the world. So congratulations in advance for finding that balance that actually serves you and makes you feel, you know, more in alignment with yourself and with what you're doing in the world, because that's really what this whole cycle has been about for you. And I think you're going to be coming through with a lot more clarity entering 2021. I feel like a lot of Libras out there are going to be like rebirthed, reborn, like back and ready, and really feeling like they're finally situated in, you know, who and what they need to be in this lifetime. So I hope that that served you. Make sure you're subscribed if you're not already. Again, if you want a reading, it's